Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary and it is New Year's Day and we are having an uncharacteristically warm day. I am out here in the greenhouse where it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, just buttoning up some of the tubs. I didn't really get to finish closing things down this year. Things got pretty busy, so not all the tubs are drained, and because it is so mild in here today, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to get some work done. So let's get started. Now these two tubs are housing my marginal plants, and then I have these two black trash bags, or three black trash bags full of my lilies. But the rest of the tubs are in varying stages of being drained and cleaned and prepped for winter. Now, since these are aquaculture tubs, they can take the cold and they can take the heat, which is good because here in Pennsylvania we have quite the range of temperatures. But it will make my life way easier this spring if I get them drained and cleaned out now instead of waiting until then. Not to mention, you know, I don't want the plants that I have up in these bins to mold or fungus. So getting rid of some of the excess humidity in here is a pretty good idea. So I'm just going to go around and drain them all as far as possible, dump them out, and then stack them up. Now, in the winter in the greenhouse, I simply store my hardscape materials in here. As you can see, I have quite a lot. I have a lot of plans for the fish room this upcoming year, and most of this stuff will come in very handy. I like to keep a wide range of materials in bulk around the place for when people come here to shop in person, and let's be real, for my own personal use. I do need to get in more driftwood, but I have quite a nice range of stones. This is Seiryu. This is dragon stone, this is elephant skin stone, and then we have a bunch of black lava. And then I have even more of this outside. We're going to go peek on the bog garden and see how it's faring. I overwintered it with burlap, pine litter, and winter cloth. But I need to check and make sure with how warm it is that it's being kept damp enough. Now, one of my main concerns with this bog garden is that unlike a true bog garden that is dug into a yard, it doesn't have the depth or insulation that it would get from being a natural bog garden. So to counter that, I have put on this layer of pine litter with burlap underneath, and that's simply so that this spring when I go to remove this, there won't be pine litter everywhere, and you can see that the plants look great. It looks nice and humid in there, and in fact, you know, they look awesome. And I did not cut down the plants like I did last year because the growth all looked pretty healthy. Sundews have gone dormant, the grasses are looking good, the live sphagnum is staying alive, and the pitchers look great. So that's good news for me. I'll keep an eye on this, and once we're done with all the hard freezes that we get, I'll pull that off and allow the plants to grow. The succulent garden should be fine. I planted all cold tolerant succulents, so I'm hopeful about that. And yeah, you can even see this sedum here that's underneath the edge of that burlap is killing it still. It's got its beautiful winter color, which is very, very orange. I just love it. So I'm really looking forward to continuing my work on these gardens next year, as well as this entire area in front of the greenhouse. This year I didn't really get to do all the things that I wanted to because of my total knee replacement. So it's pretty exciting to think next year I'll be able to get into this in full force. One other thing that I need to do sooner rather than later is move a lot of this captured rainwater into the fish room to use for my carnivorous plants that are indoors. If you remember correctly, I set up this gutter capture system in order to have this rainwater to water my bog garden as well as to top off my bins inside the greenhouse. Now, because I didn't really get to finish this setup in here, I didn't really get to utilize it as much as I would like inside the greenhouse. So that's something else for us to work on this spring. I am just going to keep plugging away out here. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. There are lots of projects up in the air and ongoing at this time, and I really look forward to this new year and a ton of new videos for you guys. I know that I haven't made my 100,000 video yet, and that's because YouTube still hasn't acknowledged the fact that I hit 100,000. Even though it's been almost 6 weeks at this point, I haven't even gotten the notification to get my play button in order to share that with you guys, and I haven't received the eligibility for membership that I'm looking forward to. So stay tuned, and hopefully one day I'll get it. In the meantime, let's just keep plugging along.